You're saying that Lia Thomas actually had competed once when she was a man.
Well, not once, actually. For the first 21 years of her life, the best that she'd achieved was the top 500 in university male swimming. So she went from being number 500 to being number one. And it's just not fair, I mean, and so we feel as if women's sport has just been thrown under the bus with political correctness. It's not Lia's fault. We have to just find better solutions. And in the past, the debate has been closed down. People have been called names, and all anyone really wants is to refer to the science and find better solutions. Because of course, Lia should be able to compete. Everybody should be able to compete. But no one ever talks about trans men, and where are trans men going to go and compete? There's just very much a one-sided conversation. And you can be damn sure if men's sport was being affected, this wouldn't be happening. So it's very important that women have equal opportunities of success in sport and that we're not discriminated against because of our actual biological sex, which is what is happening at the moment.
And is the issue here at stake that although Lia Thomas has transitioned, the fact that she matured as a man, she experienced testosterone as a man during her development, that will leave her with a fundamentally different biology to the women she's competing against?
Yeah, absolutely. Hugely different. You only have to look at the Olympic Games or any sport whatsoever to see that men physically outperform. And the more explosive the event, the bigger the gap. So something like distance running, about 10%, whereas something like weightlifting, it's 30%. Long jump, high jump in the 20s. So it's absolutely massive when people win Olympic medals, tiny percentages of a second. You can't afford to give away, 10, 15, 20%. You can't even afford to give away, 3%, because obviously that's what we had the whole WADA drug program for, to try and stop people gaining an advantage.
I feel sorry, we don't want to be horrendous about Lia Thomas herself, but except to say this point, which I don't think is being unfair, to say, why would you want to compete in a way that is going to be universally acclaimed as unfair? And would you not also recognise it doesn't do the service of trans women all around the world any good at all that we focus on this specific example of a feature of transitioning?
Probably not. I'm always going to come at it from a sort of scientific point of view, a peer-reviewed study point of view, and a sports person's point of view. I tried very hard to not get involved in calling anybody names or, being too controversial. I just really want to base it on science. I think possibly the only way out is to have a protected female classification and an open classification, because we do want sport to be for all. But you're right. I don't think this is probably doing transgender women or the trans people any favours. And we want trans people to be accepted. They should be accepted. Everyone has the right to be able to express themselves however they like. However, they don't get the right to be able to say, I'm going to go into women's sport and take away your opportunities.
And just finally, Sharron, is you talking about an open category, or could you have a women's category and a trans women's category?
I don't think there's enough. There's not enough depth, and that's the difficulty, really. You would you'd have a race with three people in it, and that nobody would be particularly interested in. So I think you have to find a sensible way forward. There's always going to be a compromise. People say that we're excluding. Well, sport by nature, if you have categories, is excluding. We have an under 10 race because we don't want the 15-year-olds in it. We have heavyweight boxing competition because we don't want the welterweight in it. That is the whole point of sport. So you can't just decide that you feel your way into a category. It's a biological reality.
Yeah, we're no closer to getting this widespread agreement, I don't think. Sharron, it's very.
We are getting closer. We are getting closer because we were just about to get some new rules out of FINA. So I believe we're at least talking about it now, which is a really big step. So thank you.
No, exactly. And talking about it sensibly, as you say, without getting into name calling is really important. That's Sharron Davies, former Olympic swimming medal winner.